Elias Thorne loved time. His workshop was old, dust-covered strange machines. He worked late each night. Big idea filled his mind. He was close to a secret. It would change everything soon. His hands shook. He turned a dial. The machine made a soft hum. A bright light flashed. A loud roar filled the room. The workshop shook hard. Elias felt a strange pull. His body felt stretched. The air crackled with power. He held the controls tight. His heart beat like a drum. The world outside blurred fast. The machine became quiet. The roaring stopped. It hummed gently. Elias felt dizzy but excited. He looked through a small window. He did not see his workshop. He did not see his street. A new world was there. It was strange. It was amazing. He had traveled through time. He opened the hatch slowly. The air felt different. It was clean. It was pure. He stepped out carefully. The ground felt new. The sounds were not familiar. The light had a soft glow. He was alone in this new time. He felt awe. He felt fear. Elias stood in a great city. Tall towers reached the sky. They gleamed with metal and light. Vehicles flew silently above. There were no roads, no loud cars, only a soft hum of machines. Green parks hung in the air. Waterfalls flowed down buildings. It was a beautiful, peaceful place. The people were calm and graceful. They wore simple, shining clothes. They moved with quiet confidence. Their faces were wise and kind. They seemed to talk without words. Just a look, a small gesture. Elias felt like a child. He was amazed by them. Humanity had changed so much. He saw many flying machines. Some were small for one person. Others were large, like buses. They moved between the tall towers. Technology was everywhere. It was part of their lives. Sleek robots did simple jobs. People had time for art. They had time for science. Nature and technology lived together. Buildings had plants growing on them. Parks floated among the clouds. The air smelled of new flowers. He saw children laughing. They learned from bright holograms. It was a world of peace. It was a world of progress, a future he had only dreamed. Elias learned about this future. People did not get sick. They lived very long lives. They knew much about the stars. He saw schools of light. Knowledge flowed like a river. It was easy for all to learn. Learning was very important here. He wished his time was like this. He saw amazing buildings. They seemed to float in the air. Energy fields protected the city. Food was made by machines. It was healthy. There was plenty. No one was hungry or poor. There were no wars, no fights. They had solved old problems. He wondered about their happiness. The people were very wise. They spoke of the past calmly. They had learned from mistakes. Art and music were wonderful. Elias heard new kinds of music. Sounds and colors mixed together. It was a beautiful experience. He felt great wonder. But a small worry started too. They used power from the stars. Energy was clean. It was endless. They made new kinds of materials, very strong, very light. Travel to other planets was normal. Humans lived on other worlds. Elias saw this great power. It was a perfect world, but something felt wrong. Section 4. The Crimson Twilight of Existence. Suddenly the peace was broken. Loud alarms cried out. The blue sky began to change. It turned dark very quickly. Panic filled the calm faces. A huge fiery shape appeared. It grew bigger in the dark sky. It was something much worse. The air became very hot. The ground shook violently. The people screamed in fear. The sky turned blood red. Explosions rocked the city. They crashed like broken toys. They trailed smoke and fire. But there was no escape. A great wave of fire came. It swallowed parts of the city. A blinding light filled everything. Elias felt terrible heat. It was the end of all things. Section 5. The Burden of Foreknowledge. Then the vision stopped. Elias was back in his machine. He was in his dusty workshop. The change was fast. He was shaking all over. The air smelled burnt. The machine's lights went out. He stumbled out feeling weak. His mind was full of horror. The world outside was normal. A dog barked far away. A car drove down the street, but everything felt different now. Elias carried a dark secret. He had seen the end of time. He saw humanity's great fall. The truth was a heavy weight. He tried to tell people. He tried to warn them. But no one believed him. They said he was crazy. They looked at him with pity. The beautiful future he saw. The terrible end he witnessed. It all felt like a bad dream. He was alone with his knowledge. Elias Thorne lived a haunted life. The memory never left him. The splendor, the destruction. He did not build machines anymore. The time machine sat in dust, a reminder of his awful journey. He looked at the night sky. He felt no wonder, only dread. He knew what was coming, always.